my name is Christina. On this channel, we talk about emotional abuse, self-development, and we sometimes explore the spiritual connections in all of this. Today, I really wanted to shine the spotlight on the altruistic narcissist. This type of narcissist is as eager to exploit people as any other narcissist, but they also create the illusion that they're living a selfless life of service to others. They absolutely have the same distorted sense of self as other narcissists, and they believe they are the image they present. But they also have the same sense of entitlement, and they believe that their good deeds should earn them a spot in the limelight. So if you have one of these people in your life, you're probably going to be nodding along with these signs, because they're pretty universal for the altruistic narcissist. The first sign is that they will do a good deed and absolutely demand that everyone shower them with appreciation. And if they don't get that appreciation, they will throw an absolute tantrum. And if they're still not recognized the way they think they should be, you might see some spiteful and passive-aggressive behavior come your way. And it doesn't end there. They will hold a grudge for the rest of their life. Another sign of an altruistic narcissist is that they need instant gratification. This is common among all narcissists, but with the altruistic narcissist, it's tied to their good deeds. So as soon as they do something they feel is worthy of praise, they expect that praise. They're going to make sure you know about their good deed. And in this way, social media becomes a major source of supply for this type of narcissist. As soon as they do something nice, it goes on all their profiles so people can instantly tell them how great they are. And if they don't get that feedback, it'll be the people closest to them that will really feel their wrath. The next sign is that their good deeds are somewhat inconsistent. If there's no one there to see them, they're not going to do them. That's the only consistency that there is. So if they already know that you're onto their nonsense and aren't interested in throwing a parade in their honor, they'll invoke that grudge and claim it's your fault they won't help you. It's your fault this person who may claim to be an empath has zero empathy for you. And it's all because you don't appreciate them. And if you have an altruistic narcissist parent, you're going to feel this on a deeper level. This person will expect accolades for you for doing the basics of parenting. But then they probably have a very different social persona, throwing Pinterest-worthy birthday parties and declaring their love for you all over social media and to anyone who will listen, except, of course, to the one person who really needs to hear it. This type of narcissist will also show an intense need for control. And like all narcissists, they don't work well in groups unless they're leading. So regardless of the industry, they're going to have trouble at work unless they're the boss. So you might see these narcissists in positions of power. It might be a doctor, a CEO of a nonprofit, it might be a pastor at a church. But if that person is not in a position of power, they might be unemployed or struggling to make ends meet. There usually isn't a lot of in between. So if they can't have control, they're probably going to struggle. So the next one is big. The altruistic narcissist is incredibly righteous, infuriatingly righteous. This person is absolutely never wrong and will instantly become a victim if you say they're anything but perfect. Another sign of an altruistic narcissist is that they surround themselves with people they can help, people they see as disadvantaged. And they do this in an effort to elevate their own appearance. This narcissist will choose friends that they know they can help, and you can be sure that they're going to let you know that they're in debt to you, and they may even brag to other people about how in need you were and how they came to your rescue. So imagine someone volunteering at a soup kitchen and humble bragging all day about how incredibly blessed they are and how, they just need to share all their blessings. Kind of in poor taste, isn't it? So this is also the type of person who will adopt a child in need for appearances. They think it'll make them appear extremely empathetic, but behind closed doors, they really don't want to do what needs to be done to actually raise the child. And I won't mention any names, but there is a high-profile case where people suspect that this is exactly what happened. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments below. Because these people want an audience for their good deeds, you'll often find them running in spiritual circles. And I actually did a video a while back about the spiritual narcissist, which is one type of altruistic narcissist. I'll link to that video right here. I want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. Let me know in the comments if you found these signs to be spot on for the narcissist in your life.
Dr. Kessler, 7 months ago, the position of Chief of Surgery became available at Mass General. Did Jed Hill seek this position?
Yes, he did.
Did you give the position to Jed?
Excuse me. My client's name is Dr. Hill.
Forgive me, did you award the position to Dr. Hill?
No.
Why not?
Well, he was certainly qualified.
But you didn't give him the job.
There were many other candidates.
Surgeons more qualified?
This isn't a trial, Mr. Riley.
Dr. Kessler, during Dr. Hill's residency at Mass General, he wrote several quarterly evaluations. Evaluations to be read and reviewed by hospital administrators, department heads.
Yes.
I'm looking at one right now, dated June 15th, 1982, and bearing your signature. It's coming around. I'd like to read from page 3, paragraph 4. While Jed Hill consistently remains the most skilled and the brightest of our residents, we should not ignore what I and several of his colleagues observed to be an indulgence of the God complex. God complex. That's not a typo, is it? It says God complex.
That was written a decade ago.
What's a God complex?
How did you get this information? This is privileged
Dr.
information.
Kessler, what's a God complex?
It's a term that has no clinical meaning or at all. Doctors throw it around and...
Sir, all due respect, but knock it off. What did you mean in this evaluation when you said Dr. Hill had a God complex?
The power to heal can be an enormous thing. An enormous thing. To save a life, to get blood flowing into cells and vital organs, if a person can do that, and if one can do it as exceptionally as Dr. Hill, it's not uncommon for a person like that to begin to believe that he can do anything. The power to heal can be like a drug.
Like a drug, you say? Would it be uncommon for a person with a God complex to reject the advice of others?
No.
Would it be uncommon for such a person to proceed on a course that others might reject, if only out of a sense of godlike power?
Oh, I think now you're vastly overstating.
Is that why you didn't give Dr. Hill the job?
There were a number of other factors.
Is that why you removed a healthy ovary without any scientific diagnosis?
Don't you address my client, Mr. Riley.
Do you have a God complex?
This is not acceptable.
No, let him address me.
Jed,
No, it's about time I got to give some answers here.
stop typing. This is off the record.
The question is, do I have a God complex?
Dr. Kessler says yes.
Which makes me wonder if this lawyer has any idea as to the kind of grades one has to receive in college to be accepted at a top medical school. If you have the vaguest clue as to how talented someone has to be to lead a surgical team. I have an MD from Harvard. I am board certified in cardiothoracic medicine and trauma surgery. I have been awarded citations from 7 different medical boards in New England, and I am never, ever sick at sea. So I ask you, when someone goes into that chapel and they fall on their knees and they pray to God that their wife doesn't miscarry, or that their daughter doesn't bleed to death, or that their mother doesn't suffer acute neural trauma from post-operative shock, who do you think they're praying to? Now, you go ahead and read your Bible, Dennis, and you go to your church, and with any luck you might win the annual raffle. But if you're looking for God, he was in operating room number 2 on November 17th, and he doesn't like to be second-guessed. You ask me if I have a God complex? Let me tell you something. I am God. And this sideshow is over.